Governor, Rotarian Abbakka, and First Lady, together here. Mata Vikram, coming together into our midst and into our hearts. Let us rise up and welcome. And the air is filled with the smell of the jasmine flower.
The magic of Rotary.
And I am Rotarian Ravi Shankar. Gardens reflects this beautiful picture of nature with its tranquil locales, picturesque landscapes and lush greenery. The right environment to endow Rotary with a new grandeur, Vaibhava.
Let us begin the magic with the induction of 9 Sergeant-at-Arms. I request our District Governor Vikram Datta to adorn Sergeant-at-Arms with sash, stick and armband. The first Sergeant-at-Arms, Chandrasekhar Pujari from Rotary Club of Bajpayee.
From Rotary Mangalore Sunrise, Rotarian Chinnagiri Gowda.
From Rotary Club of Mangalore Downtown, we have Ganesh Prabhu.
From Rotary Club of Bantwar, Rotarian Dhananjay Khadiga.
From Rotary Club of Puttur Elite, Maunesh Vishwakarma.
From Rotary Periyapatna Midtown, Rotarian Satyanarayana.
From Rotary Club of Panchasheel, we have Kiran Robert.
From Rotary Club of Mysore Vijayanagar, Mariswami Nayak.
And from Rotary Club of Chamarajnagar, we have Prakash.
And here they are, the Sergeant-at-Arms who will play a very important role in Vaibhava, are going through their investiture and being inducted as the Sergeant-at-Arms for this district conference, Vaibhava. And their baton, which signify the power with which they have been invested to make Vaibhava a success in all ways. Now that the Sergeant-at-Arms are being inducted, may I request the host club president, the president of the Rotary Club of ಳನ-2025, to join our district governor, Rotarian Vikram Datta, on the dais. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Rotarian Soumya R. Shetty, eminent educationist, is now coming over to the dais to join our district governor, Rotarian Vikram Datta. May I now call upon the club Sergeant-at-Arms, Rotarian Rupa Shetty, also to come over to the dais.
In the ceremonial manner that we are familiar with in Rotary, District Sergeant at Arms Rotarian Jai Prakash Rai will place the collar on our District Governor Rotarian Vikram Datta.
And in the same ceremonial honor, may I request the Sergeant at Arms of the Rotary Club of ಳನ-2025, Rotarian Rupa Shetty, to place the collar upon the President of the host club. Rotarian Rupa Shetty will place the collar upon Rotarian Soumya Shetty. Rotarian Soumya R. Shetty will now call the meeting to order.
I call the meeting to order. Nava-Vaibhava.
And that calls for a very handsome round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. We have technically begun Nava-Vaibhava, the district conference.
It is our practice to begin any program with a prayer to the Divine Being. We call upon Naman Shetty, Neha Shetty with Rishit to render the invocation. Ladies and gentlemen, I request you all to please remain seated.
To kindly come over and take their places in the audience. And as they do so, ladies and gentlemen, Rotarians all, may I request that our hearts go out to the little children, Naman Shetty and Neha Shetty with Rishit of the tabla. And it is interesting to note that they are all students of a school that we are familiar with, ladies and gentlemen. This was the school that was started by our past district governor, PDG Rohinath. And they are there as students of the 3rd and 5th standards in the same school.
After invoking divine blessings, let us now rise for the national anthem.
May I request the conference secretary, the national anthem.
अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Please remain standing, ladies and gentlemen, for the Rotary anthem. Please. Ladies and gentlemen, what a wonderful moment this is. The psychedelic display signaling that we are inching closer and closer to those moments that mark Navavaibhava as a special feature of our lives.
Today is the day for the announcement of the DGND for the year 2027 and 28. It gives me immense pleasure to announce that you have been Yashasvi S. Somashekar from Rotary Club Mysore North has been unanimously elected as the District Governor for the Rotary year 2027 and 28. This is a testament to your leadership, dedication and commitment to the Rotary ideals. On behalf of RI District 3181 and as the District Governor for 2024-25, I extend my heartiest congratulations to you. I am confident and continue to do the great work for the making difference in the people's lives. Warm regards, Vikram Datta, District Governor 2024-25, RI District 3181. Congratulations, SHC Somashekar, being elected as a District Governor for the year 2027 and 28.
May we now request the District Governor, Rotarian Vikram Datta, to honor Rotarian DGND Yashasvi.
Congratulations to the newly elected District Governor nominee designate, Rotarian Yashasvi Somashekar.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇರಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ರೋಟರಿ ಮಿತ್ರರೇ, ನಮ್ಮ ರೋಟರಿ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆ 3181ರ ಈ ವರ್ಷದ ನಮ್ಮ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಗವರ್ನರ್ ವಿಕ್ರಮ್ ದತ್ತರ ಈ ಅವಧಿಯ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾ ಸಮ್ಮೇಳನ ಒಂದು ರೀತಿಯ ವೈಭವದ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗುತ್ತಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಆತ್ಮೀಯವಾದಂತಹ ಸಂತೋಷವಾಗಿದೆ. ಬಹಳ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ವೈಭವದ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಇವತ್ತು ನಾಳೆ ನಾಡಿದ್ದು 3 ದಿವಸ ನಡೆಯಲಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಸಹಕಾರವನ್ನು ಕೋರುತ್ತಾ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ರೋಟರಿ ನಮ್ಮ PDG ಅವರು, ನಮ್ಮ ರೋಟರಿ ನಾಯಕರು, ನಮ್ಮ ಚಾಮರಾಜನಗರ, ಮಡಿಕೇರಿ, ದಕ್ಷಿಣ ಕನ್ನಡ ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಮೈಸೂರು ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ರೋಟರಿ ಮಿತ್ರರಿಗೆ ಆತ್ಮೀಯವಾದ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಕೋರುತ್ತಾ, ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ನಮ್ಮ ಗಣ್ಯ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳು ಮತ್ತೆಲ್ಲ ನಾಳೆ ಬರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳು ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ಆತ್ಮೀಯವಾದ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಕೋರುತ್ತಾ, ಈ ಒಂದು ನವವೈಭವ ನಮ್ಮ ರೋಟರಿ ಟೀಮಿನಾಗೆ ಮ್ಯಾಜಿಕ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ರೋಟರಿ ಒಂದು ರೀತಿಯ ಮ್ಯಾಜಿಕ್ ಆಗೋ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲಸ ಕಾರ್ಯಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಆಗುವಂಥದ್ದು ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಸಹಕಾರದಿಂದ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುತ್ತಾ, ಬರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳ ಯಶಸ್ವಿಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಸಹಕಾರವನ್ನು ಬಯಸುತ್ತಾ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ನೆರೆದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ರೋಟರಿ ಬಂಧುಗಳನ್ನು ಆತ್ಮೀಯವಾಗಿ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದೇನೆ.
In this gathering of ours, there are some very special people, all men of action, good men and women who make a difference to the world. May I now request our District Governor, Rotarian Vikram Datta, to welcome the dignitaries in this gathering. We have with us our eminent guest. GK is with us. It's a very great honor for us as well. Rotarian Balakrishna.
PG Devdas Ray, Member HR, Capacity Building Commission, Government of India.
PDG Rotarian Krishna Shetty, the District Mentor.
And Advisor PDG Prakash Karan. Welcome to you, sir.
Advisor to the District Governor, Rotarian Shekhar Shetty. Friends, you will agree with me that this is Rotarian Vikram Datta's way of reaching out to people.
Engineer and a son, Mr. Madhu Somshekar, and civil engineer with MS from US. And managing partner of Yashasvi. His classification is builder and developer.
Ladies and gentlemen, a warm round of applause for the DGND Rotarian Yashasvi Somashekar.
Now let's sit back and watch the audiovisual intro of the inaugurator, TRF Trustee, Rotarian Bharat.
GS Medical College, KEM Hospital, Mumbai, and is practicing as a general and laparoscopic surgeon since the last 35 years. He is a fellow of International College of Surgeons and has been conferred fellowship by Association of Surgeons of India. He has served on the board of management of Jan Shikshan San for 6 years. Deeply influenced by his father, Dr. S.S. Pandya, who inculcated in him Rotary Club of Borivali in 1989 and was the president of the club in 1993-1994. He was the governor. For the first time in the history of TRF, an Indian district, District 3140, became the #1 district in TRF contributions in the entire 7. He has served Rotary as regional RI membership coordinator, Rotary International Training Leader twice in 2009 and 2010, the Guest Chair twice, Member Trainer 8 times. He has served on the RI Membership Committee, RI Sydney Convention Promotion Committee, and as District 3140 COL representative, clubs of District 5170 on the Rotary Foundation. He has been the Rotary International President's representative at district conferences in India, Nepal, Pakistan, and Philippines. With past RI Director Kamal Sanghvi, he started 8 chamach kam, 4 kadam aage, 1 less spoon of salt, oil and sugar, and 4 steps forward. The campaign which has caught the imagination of Rotarians. And our level 3 major donors. He has been conferred the Citation of Meritorious Service and the Distinguished Service Award by the Rotary Foundation, and Rotary is a gynecologist. She was the Charter President of Innerwheel Club of Borivali, District 314 for the year 2017-2018. They have two daughters, Dr. Nidhi, a pathologist, and Dr. Sashmi, an obstetrician and gynecologist. Ladies and gentlemen, past Rotary International Director and Trustee of the Rotary Foundation, Dr. Bharat Pandya.
Our career in Rotary, ladies and gentlemen, and that makes us proud as Rotarians that we are.
Our esteemed guest, TRSP Vice Chair, Rotarian Dr. Bharat Pandya, RIPR, PDG Balamurthy and Rotarian Roma, Dr. R. Balasubramaniam, Member HR, Capacity Building Commission, Government of India to join Dr. R. Balasubramaniam, also to the dais. Now I request other dignitaries.
District Chief Advisor and Mentor PDG Krishna Shetty,
District Learning Facilitator, PDG Ranghunath Bhatt.
District Councillor PDG Dr. P. Devdas Rai,
Advisor Training Event, PDG Dr. Nagarjun.
Advisor Events PDG Rotarian Ravindra Bhattaya,
Advisor to the
Balakrishna,
District Governor Nominee Satish Bola.
PDG Rotarian R. Krishna.
All AGs along with their spouse to march onto the stage carrying light.
Shashikala Alva.
Zone 9, Assistant Governor Girish Jade and Rasikala. Let us embrace this cherished tradition of lighting of the lamp that symbolizes the dispelling of darkness and the illumination of knowledge by marking the beginning of our journey together.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the lamp of happiness. This is the lamp of prosperity.
Let us cherish this moment by capturing it in a frame. It's a remarkable occasion.
Ladies and gentlemen, the lamp has been lit, and this is the lamp of happiness, of prosperity, of education, of good health, of economic growth, of material safety, of cleanliness, peace, compassion, harmony, bridging cultures, prosperity, wisdom, nature, nurture, love, wonder, diversity, culture, harmony, inclusion, equity, everything that Rotary stands for. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the lamp of Rotary.
I request all the dignitaries to please take the
Time, this great moment that characterizes the calendar of our personal lives and our lives as professionals this year. What a glorious moment. The Rotary moment, ladies and gentlemen. All good men, all men of action, all making a difference to the world.
Now let's take a moment to unwind and immerse ourselves in the inaugural address.
Director, Rotarian Bharat Pandya.
Namaskar. Good evening. It's a great pleasure for me to declare this district conference of District 3181 Nava open. And let me tell you, friends, that I have with me here this wonderful couple, District Governor Vikram Datta and his gracious partner Lata Vikram Datta, friends. Please wait. As a trustee of zones 4, 5, 6 and 7, I interact with 44 districts and 44 district governors. And I can tell all of you that all of you can be very, very proud that you have this really outstanding person leading your district in the year 24-25. Please wait, please wait, please wait, friends. He is committed, he is dedicated, he is knowledgeable, and most importantly, you will agree that he is a down-to-earth and humble person, friends. So I am asking all of you, please hear me out, friends. I am asking all of you not to congratulate him, because he is only halfway through his term. But I am asking all of you to extend our good wishes that we are going to support him so that he has a wonderful year in the year 24-25. Let's give this wonderful couple a big round of applause. Program, when it happens, it requires some Sutradars GK to hold the program together. And we have these two wonderful people who are acting as Sutradars for this program. Let's have for the Master of Ceremonies a round of applause for the way that they are conducting this program. District Governor Vikram Datta, his partner Lata, President's representative, past District Governor Bala Murthy and his gracious partner Roma. And Bala and Roma, may I request you to please rise. Let me tell you, friends, please wait, please wait, please wait, friend, please wait. Let me tell you that I have known Bala for last couple of years, and all of you are very, very lucky that Stephanie has chosen a person, a knowledgeable person, a very, very committed person who is steeped in the Rotary, who is a great supporter of the Rotary Foundation. This wonderful couple is going to represent Stephanie in the best possible manner. Let's welcome them with a round of applause, friends. Galaxy of past district governors, I am not going to name all of them, please forgive me. From the senior most GK, I think you are the senior most here. Senior most to the immediate past district governor, Keshav, where are you? Don't run away so fast. Last year in the year 23-24, I think all of you will agree with me that under the leadership of past Governor H.R. Keshav, District 3181 did wonderfully well in all avenues of service, but especially in Rotary Foundation, collecting nearly 311, 315, whatever, I mean, it was more than $310,000, $315,000. Will you please rise $350,000? Let's give Keshav a round of applause for the good work that he has done in the last year, friends. Incoming governors Ramki, Satish, and where is the newly minted Somashekaram? Will you please rise? Let's welcome him as a leader of district 3181 for the year 27-28. Let's give a round of applause to all our incoming leaders, friends. Namo-Vaibhava. Thank you. Please sit down. New glory. I think we must remember that the glory of Rotary does not lie in a district conference. A district conference is very important, friends. But the glory of Rotary lies in the acts of service that we do, friends. Small service, large service, whatever service we are able to do, that is where the glory of Rotary lies. And I think I forgot to welcome our special guest here today, Dr. Balasubramaniam. Please rise, sir. Let's welcome Dr. Balasubramaniam, who is playing a very important role in shaping and taking our country forward. I think a bigger round of applause for Dr. Balasubramaniam. And I am reminded of the words of Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi always used to say, there is enough in this world for everyone's need, but there is not enough in this world for one man's greed. And only if everyone shares and cares, everyone can have enough. These words perfectly capture the spirit of Rotary, the spirit of caring, the spirit of sharing, the spirit of reaching out with a helping hand. And if I have to describe Rotary in 2 words, Ranga, the words I always used to describe Rotary, and I hope you remember that, is Rotary is hope and opportunity. Hope and opportunity. Hope that the parents of a newborn child have, that Rotarians will come and put 2 drops of polio vaccine in the mouth of the child, so that that child is saved from the dreaded poliomyelitis, and that child can grow and walk and run and dance and jump and play like other normal children. Hope that a school dropout has, that school dropout young boy or girl will not become a social outcast, but Rotarians will come and do some vocational training or skill development program, so that that boy or girl can stand on his or her own feet and not only support himself or herself, but their family friends. Hope that a village has, that village is getting water only once or twice a week, that Rotarians will come and put a bore well or put an overhead tank, so that the problems of the village of water will be solved. Hope that these parents of a blue baby have, and that baby is blue because that baby has a hole in the heart, and the parents
are worried whether that baby is going to live or that baby is going to die, friends. An opportunity that you and I have as Rotarians, friends, to fulfill that hope of the parents.
That young boy or girl, that village, hope of the community, to make our community and our world a better place to live in. And I tell you that today's world, today's India is definitely better than yesterday's India. And I am not talking anything political. According to the World Bank, in 1981, Bala, 45% of the world's population was living below the poverty line. In 2021, that percentage has come down to under 10%. I am talking about the world. So the world is a better place. But let's talk about India. 1991 census shows that 50% of Indians were living below the poverty line. The last census shows that that percent has come down to 20 or 21%, depending on the survey that you believe, friends. India, according to PPP, Purchasing Power Parity, is one of the top 10 wealthiest countries in the whole world. Yes, I think that deserves a round of applause for our country. Before COVID and after COVID, the Indian economy grew faster than even the Chinese economy by 1 percentage point. 1 percentage point seems very small, but sir, in absolute numbers, it's a huge number actually. With Indian economy approaching $4 trillion, $4 trillion, I cannot calculate the number of zeros in trillion, friends. $4 trillion, India is slated to be the 4th largest economy in the entire world. Tremendous progress have been made. And yet, even today, there are 25 crore adult Indians people above 15 years of age who cannot read, write or do simple maths. There are hundreds and thousands of people who are not only illiterate but who do not have access. Probably that number runs in lakhs of people or crores of people who do not have access to safe water or proper sanitation. You know, there are at least 20% of Indians who are living on less than $2 per day. That is WHO's criteria, friends. That at least you must be minimum having $2 to have a good life. There are 20% Indians who are living less than $2 per day. It translates into 28 crore Indians. 140 crore is the population of India. 28 to 30 crore Indians are living on less than $2 a day. If we take those 28 crore Indians and put them into one country, we call the one country India number 1 and this country India number 2, then India number 2 will be the third largest country in the world after China and India number 1. Friends. Out of every 1,000 children born, 45 do not live to see their 5th birthday. Have you heard of the international date line? The international date line is a line. On one side of the international date line is Fiji and on the other side is American Samoa. Bala, from Fiji, if you look west, you can see yesterday. From Samoa, if you look east, you can see tomorrow. In Rotary and in the world and in India, we are on such a date line. Tremendous achievements in the past. But much more is required to be done, friends. And I tell all of you, friends, that the best way to do that something is through Rotary. You know, when the British used to rule the 7 seas, it was said that the sun never sets on the British Empire. Rotary has no empire. But today you and I can proudly say that the sun never sets on the work of Rotary, because every day, every hour, every minute, every second, some Rotarian is doing that work of Rotary, service above self. And I am very proud to say that Rotarians of District 3181 are doing exactly that. And it is not only this year. I have been to your district. The first time I came was to 3180 in the year 2009. And since then I have come to your district a number of times. And I have seen that Rotarians of District 3181, whatever the projects you have, whether it is Ride for Rotary, whether it is the global grants that you are doing, whether it is the Human Meal Bank, Human Skin Bank, and today we had the opportunity to visit the Lady Goshen Hospital, where the Mangalore Club and other clubs and Mangalore Rotarians are doing some outstanding job. Truly, truly, Rotarians of District 3181 are committed to do the best they can to take Rotary forward in your part of the world. And on behalf of the Rotarians of the world, on behalf of the beneficiaries, I must convey my thanks on my own behalf. I must convey my thanks to each and every one of you and congratulate you for the great work that you are doing. Please give yourself a big round of applause for that. And remember, friends, Rotary is defined not by who we are. It is not defined by my position. President, director, trustee, governor, club president. Rotary is not defined by my position or title. Rotary is defined by my actions, the potential that you and I have to do service through Rotary, and the way we realize through lasting, meaningful service, friends. Through Rotary, we can truly make a difference in our clubs and in our communities, friends. If we remember 2 words, and the 2 words that I want to share with all of you, by which we can make a difference in Rotary, is grow Rotary. Grow Rotary. And grow Rotary is not just about membership. Grow Rotary is also about growing the fellowship of Rotary. Remember that when Rotary was started, service was not the main intention. It was fellowship and promoting each other's business, which was the main intention, friends. And I can tell you one thing, that unless we have a strong bond of fellowship, we cannot do service. So grow Rotary by growing the fellowship of Rotary. Grow Rotary by growing the membership of Rotary. If you ask me what is most important in Rotary, is it the prestige of being a Rotarian? Is it the great service that Rotary does? Is it the internationality of Rotary? I will tell you that all three are important. But the most important thing in Rotary are the members. You, each one of you is the most important thing. Because if we have the members, we can do whatever we want to do. If we do not have the members, we cannot do anything else. Grow Rotary by growing the membership of Rotary. And the secret of membership growth is just two words. Just ask. Just ask people to join Rotary. The only person who was not asked to become a Rotarian was Paul Harris. Harris has been asked to become a Rotarian. But in our part of the world, getting people into Rotary is not a very difficult task. The more challenging part is keeping them in Rotary, friends. Membership retention is more difficult, friends. And the secret of membership retention is very, very simple. Involve the members and engage the members. And I am reminded of this time, Governor Vikram. A couple of months back, I went to a Udupi restaurant and ordered a cup of filter coffee. The waiter brought the coffee and I started drinking the coffee. And I found that the coffee was bitter. So I called the waiter and said, Bhaiya, this coffee is bitter, you have forgotten to add sugar in it. He said, no sir, I have added sugar, you have forgotten to stir your coffee. Remember friends, sweetness in a cup of coffee does not come just from adding the sugar, it comes from stirring it properly. Only when you stir it properly, the sugar mixes into the coffee and makes the coffee sweet. So, I hope the message is clear to you that when you add your members, please stir them well, shake them well, so that they get mixed in the fabric of your club. If you stir them well, shake them well, involve them and engage them, then membership retention will not be a problem, friends. Grow Rotary by growing the membership of Rotary. But what is equally important is the internal public image of Rotary. The image of Rotary to the Rotarians in the clubs and the districts. Because Keshav, Vikram, they don't know anything about Rotary, they don't know what their club is doing, they don't know what Rotary district is doing. So who is the public image? It is you people, you who are dedicated, who have come here to attend this conference, who are going to spend the next 2 days listening to some great speakers like Dr. Balasubramaniam, like our RI President's representative, another great like Kabra, and other great speakers, friends. It is you people who are the public image. Convey that proper public image of Rotary to the Rotarians of the club, friends. Grow Rotary by growing the service of Rotary, friends. When we want to do the service of Rotary, remember one thing, friends. The time for Rotary to distribute notebooks and pencils in schools is over. I think big, friends. And I am reminded of the words of Greek philosopher Lucius Seneca, who always used to say, dare, therefore things become difficult. We have to dare to think big, dream big and achieve big. And remember, when you want to serve the community, remember to meet the needs of the community. You know, personally I am very fond of gulab jamun and ice cream. Personally, I cannot carry gulab jamun and ice cream. I have to carry a can of worms, smelly, dirty worms. Why? Fish love worms. We have to do the service of Rotary. And if we do projects that are worthwhile and they meet the needs of the community, they will build public image and public relations like nothing else can. We don't need big holdings, friends. But we definitely do something that the community remembers. That here is Rotary Club of Mangalore North, or here is Rotary Club of Mangalore West, or Mangalore Metro, or Mangalore, or Mysore. Good people. It is possible only because of the Rotary Foundation. Whether it is upgradation of schools in rural part of Anand, whether it is pediatric cardiac surgeries in Mumbai, whether it is cleft lip and palate surgeries in Philippines, whether it is global grant projects in your own district, through the Rotary Foundation. Last so many years, your district has not only been a great supporter of the Rotary Foundation, but your district has also been a great supporter of the work of the Rotary Foundation. Because as important as giving money to the Rotary Foundation is doing the work of the Rotary Foundation. Global grants have been a game changer as far as the Rotary Foundation is concerned, friends. And all of you know, friends, that there are 3 funds of the Rotary Foundation. The first and most important is polio fund. Eradicating polio is Rotary's priority and we must remember that. And let me tell you, polio is not about the money. It is about saving the lives of our children. And the fight against polio is not just a fight against that virus, it is fight against war and terrorism. Let me tell you that in Pakistan, more than 100 health workers have been killed. And what was their crime? Most of them were female health workers. What was their crime? Going out into the field and immunizing the children. And yet, these health workers, majority of them lady health workers, are still going out in the field and immunizing the children. Therefore, we owe it to them. It should be our tribute to them that we must contribute to the polio fund. Annual fund. Doing annual fund today helps you to do global grants tomorrow, friends. So why do we contribute to the Rotary Foundation? We contribute to the Rotary Foundation because of the track record of the Rotary Foundation. We contribute to the Rotary Foundation because the work of the Rotary Foundation is done by people like all of you. We contribute to the Rotary Foundation because giving to the Rotary Foundation is truly, truly effective giving. You all know that the Gates Foundation has given in the last 15, 17 years more than $1.4 billion for polio eradication. And all the money, sir, all the money has come through Rotary. No money is given to US government, WHO, UNICEF. UNICEF executes the project on the screen. WHO does the advocacy, but the money comes to Rotary, to the Rotary Foundation. If UNICEF needs the money, it comes to the Rotary Foundation to get a vaccine grant. WHO needs the money for polio, it comes to Rotary Foundation to get an advocacy grant. Why? Because Bill Gates once said two important reasons. One, he said that the Gates Foundation, when it wants to do a program, identifies the organization which is the best in that. So when they wanted to do program for children, they chose polio. And he said that when it came to polio, there was no doubt in my mind that the only organization to give was Rotary. And second, the network that Rotary has is unmatched by any organization in the world. Gates Foundation said that I have the money, but I don't have the network that Rotary has. And therefore Gates has given more than $1.4 billion to Rotary. Giving to Rotary Foundation is truly, truly effective giving. And giving to the Rotary Foundation changes the life of people around the world. Let me give you a personal example, and I know we are racing against time. You know, my own club, home club, Rotary Club of Borivali, is running an iBank and processing center for the last 10-12 years. This has happened because of the grant given by the Rotary Foundation. My club's contribution, this was a matching grant. This was 12 years back. So that time there was no global grant. This was a matching grant, Krishna Shetty. My club's contribution for that was $1,000. And the grant, matching grant which was given was $117,000. Can you imagine any organization which takes your $1,000 and gives you back $117,000? Then only Rotary Foundation can do it. And in the last 12-13 years, not only more than 2,000 people have been given the gift of sight, but just last year, our iBank committee, we have a committee which runs that iBank. Our iBank committee went to a blind school where blind girls were studying on the outskirts of Mumbai. 200 blind girls were studying in that school. So they said, let us go and check them at least. And they found that 12 girls out of those 200 girls were actually not really blind, they were only corneally blind because the cornea was opaque, friends. So we picked up those 12 girls, got them operated in, and not only today, those 12 girls can see, but today those 12 girls are studying in a normal school, friends. And that is why we give to the Rotary Foundation, friends. Friends, in all our lives, I always say, we have eaten fruits of trees that you and I have not planted, friends, which were planted by our fathers and our forefathers. It is time for us to plant such trees whose fruits you and I will not eat, but which will benefit our children, their children, and their children's friends. That is our investment for the future. Rotary Foundation is our investment for the future of our children, and their grandchildren. So I appeal to all of you, friends, on behalf of your District Governor Vikram Datta, on behalf of your District Rotary Foundation Chair, Ranga, will you please rise? Vikram, will you please rise? On behalf of ARFC, Krishna, will you please rise? On their behalf, I am appealing to all of you, friends. Please look into your heart. please look into your heart and support the Rotary Foundation this year and every year. Ranga, will you please keep standing? And since I came yesterday to Mangalore at the Platinum Jubilee of Mangalore Club, and whole of today, past Governor Ranganath Bharat has been looking after me so well. So on my behalf, please give him a round of applause and thank him. And Rajni, where are you? Please give this couple a round of applause for so well looking after me, friends. So I have always said, friends, let me end with this. There are three phases of our life. The first 1/3 of our life is spent in learning. The next 1/3 of our life is spent in earning. And the last 1/3 of our life is spent in returning. Learn, earn and return. Through Rotary, we have that opportunity that even as we are earning, we have the opportunity to return back to the society which has done so much for us and leave behind a legacy of goodwill and good work. It was Kofi Annan, former UN Secretary General, who once said, things get better when enough people decide that they should get better. Things change when ordinary people come together with a common purpose. Today, you and I are here today with that common purpose, to make ourselves better Rotarians, to make our clubs better clubs, so that together we can make our community a better place to live in. I thank Governor Vikram Ratta for this opportunity to come here and share some thoughts with all of you friends. And I wish each and every one of you all the very best as you move forward with the service of Rotary to create the magic of Rotary. Enjoy Rotary, enjoy yourself. Thank you very much, friends.
Ladies of wisdom and experience, it is now time to express our gratitude, for which may I request the conference chair, Rotarian K. Ravindra Shetty Ulidottu, to kindly come over and join District Governor Vikram Datta, as well as may I invite our past District Governor, Rotarian Ranganath Bhatt, to join the dignitaries on the dais for this act that comes from all our hearts. Ladies and gentlemen, Rotarian Bharat Pandya. As I request the dignitaries to remain on the dais, may I request PDG Rotarian Ravindra Bhatt to kindly come over to the dais, because there is something special. Rotarian Bharat Pandya spoke about the next generation and the Gen Next of Rotarians. But earlier in the show we had little children who rendered the invocation, and we must remember them. May I call upon Naman Shetty, Neha Shetty and Rishit to kindly come over. Ellaru ವೇದಿಕೆಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕು. Naman Shetty, Rishit and Neha Shetty ಇಷ್ಟು ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಮಕ್ಕಳಾಗಿ ಅಷ್ಟು ಚಂದದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆಯನ್ನು ನೆರವೇರಿಸಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ರೊಟೇರಿಯನ್ ಭರತ್ ಪಾಂಡ್ಯ ಅವರ ಕೈಯಿಂದ ನೋಡಿ, ಅದು ಭಾರತೀಯ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಕಾಲಿಗೆ ನಮಸ್ಕರಿಸಿ ಹೋಗುವಂತಹದ್ದು ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿ. This is our culture of which Rotary is a part. This is truly Indian.
Ladies and gentlemen, with heavy hearts, we remember our beloved Rotarians who have left us for their heavenly abode. Let us come together to offer our deepest Shraddhanjali and honor their cherished memories. Let us all rise and observe 30 seconds of silence to offer our deepest Shraddhanjali as the photo.
Rotarian Nagarajars, Rotarian Arati Rao from Rotary Mysore,
Rotarian Nagraj of RC Mysore Southeast,
Rotarian Girija Shankar T from Rotary Club Sulya,
Rotarian N. Srinivas Kudwa of Rotary Club of Bantwal,
Rotarian Venkateshwara Rao from Rotary Club Mysore Southeast,
Rotarian Dr. B.R. Shamaga of RC Suratkal,
Rotarian Dr. C.R. Kamath from the Rotary Club of Mangalore.
Rotarian Muniswami Gowda of Rotary Club of Vijayanagar.
Fondly remembered by all of us Rotarians here at ಳನ-2025. 2425. Their unwavering commitment to service above self leaves behind a legacy that will forever inspire all. Ladies and gentlemen, moving forward with the inaugural ceremonies of ಳನ-2025, 2425, may I invite DRFC Rotarian Ranganath Bhatt to kindly come over to the dais for our district governor and the TRF trustee Bharat Pandya to kindly come over to the dais.
District governor accompanied by Madam Lata. District Governor Vikram Datta, Trustee Chair Dr. Bharat Pandya, Madam First Lady of the District Lata, and my family of Rotary. We say that we are not interested in recognitions, but recognitions are those things which will really make you work, make you achieve. Because in Rotary, it is not like your business. In Rotary, what you get is the satisfaction. Today, we have to honor those who have done a lot of things, good things. And first, I would like to talk about SK Sanjay. Please come with your partner. The citation for meritorious service is bestowed upon Rotarians who do outstanding work for the Rotary Foundation. I would like to request ARRFC PDG Krishna Shetty to come here, and also Dr. Ramesh Anand Somayaji, our fundraising chairman, to come here.
For 33 years of professional experience and a dedicated Rotarian.
When we went through
years of Rotary
what
service,
he has done for
including
Rotary,
8 years as a Rotaractor. As club president in 2001-2, he led the club to be recognized as the best club in RI District 3180. Over the years, he has held various key positions at the club and district levels, including Assistant Governor, Chairman of the Rotary Foundation, and District Governance Subcommittee Chair. He has been instrumental in 25 grant projects addressing health, education, and vocational training, such as Lifeline Ambulance with life-saving equipment, vocational training facilities for differently abled children, mobile health units for rural areas, low-cost shelters for underprivileged families. RTN Sanjay has been a TRF cadre since 2018, conducting audits and guiding grant projects internationally, including in Nepal. He has also raised significant funds for the Rotary Foundation and hosted GSE teams for over 10 years. Recognized for his outstanding contributions, he is a multiple Paul Harris Fellow, recipient of the 4 Avenues of Service citation, and the prestigious Kentucky Colonel title by the Governor of Kentucky, USA. He has attended international conventions, including the 2024 RI Convention in Singapore, and continues to serve as a resource person, mentor, and leader in Rotary.
May I request Sanjay and Friends, let me read this citation. The Rotary Foundation, citation for meritorious service. The trustees of the Rotary Foundation hereby bestow the citation for meritorious service on S.K. Sanjay in recognition of outstanding service to the Rotary Foundation. Signed, Mark Daniel Maloney, 2425, Trustee Chair of the Rotary Foundation. Friends, this is the second highest award that the Rotary Foundation bestows on any Rotarian. Let's give a round of applause to Sanjay and Pat.
Friends and Rotary family, how many of you have done any global grant? How many of you would like to do a global grant? If that's your objective, you don't have to go any further. Let me tell you, this young man Sanjay is so dedicated, passionate and committed to preparing global grants. He is so well known in the Rotary Foundation. The entire global grants group, which work for our trustees, have placed so much of confidence and trust in Sanjay's global grant submission. I am not exaggerating. Every one of his submissions have been approved in a very fast and timely manner. That's the kind of passion and knowledge Sanjay brings. He is not only doing work in District 3181, I have sent preliminary global grant to Sanjay from various districts, not only in India but also in the US. It takes him 2 minutes and he says, I remember more recently, oh, page 2, but page 3. Oversight that Sanjay brings. But make sure you take his help, otherwise the Rotary Foundation will say we would like to make him part of our group.
Thank you Sanjay. Keep on doing the good work.
Governor, be a friend, Governor. And from that moment onwards, I wanted to emulate him at all times. A month ago, there was a TRF dinner for major donors and prospective major donors, and I had compared him to God because he is like God.
Upon him the Lifetime Achievement Award, and he is not able to come here today because of his ill health, but we are going to bestow upon him the Lifetime Achievement Award, and let's hope that we become like him in his way of thinking and his way of service.
That is none other than PDG Guru, and I am very, very happy because his name is
ನನ್ನನ್ನು ರೋಟರಿ ಸಮುದಾಯ ಗುರುತಿಸಿ ಒಂದು ರೀತಿಯಾದಂಥ ಗೌರವವನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ತೃಪ್ತಿ ಬೇರೇನಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು 82 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಅನೇಕ ಸಂಘ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳ ಜೊತೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಅಧಿಕಾರದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಸದಸ್ಯನಾಗೂ ಇದ್ದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ವಕೀಲರು ಸಹ. ಆದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಂಘ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳಿಗಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ತೃಪ್ತಿ ಸಂತೋಷ ಬಂದದ್ದು ರೋಟರಿ ಮೂಲಕ. ಕಾರಣ ಏನಂದರೆ ರೋಟರಿ ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಅವಕಾಶ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಬಾಕಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಂಘ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳಿಗಿಂತ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ರೋಟರಿನ ಇದನ್ನು ನಾನು ಕಳೆದಿರುವಂಥ ದಿವಸ ಭಾಳ ಮಧುರವಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಜ್ಞಾಪಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಈಗ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ದಿವಸ ಈ ಒಂದು ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂತೋಷವನ್ನು, ನನ್ನ ಸಂತೋಷವನ್ನು, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸಂತೋಷವನ್ನು ಪರಸ್ಪರ ಹಂಚಿಕೊಂಡಿರಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಆದರೆ ದುರದೃಷ್ಟವಶಾತ್ ನನ್ನ ಅನಾರೋಗ್ಯದ ಕಾರಣ ನಿಮಿತ್ತವಾಗಿ ನಾನಿಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ತಾಯಿಲ್ಲ. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಕ್ಷಮೆ ಇರಲಿ. ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಸಂತೋಷದಿಂದ ಈ ಒಂದೇನು ಗೌರವವನ್ನು ನನಗೆ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಭಾಳ ಸಂತೋಷದಿಂದ ನಾನು ಸ್ವೀಕರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಹಾಗೂ ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂಥ ಒಂದು ಗೌರವ ಇನ್ನೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರೇರೇಪಣೆ ಅನ್ನೋದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂದೇಹವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇನ್ನು ಉಳಿದಿರುವ ನನ್ನ ಜೀವಮಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ದೇವರು ಅವಕಾಶ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಇಂಥ ಸೇವಾ ಕಾರ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ನಿರ್ಧಾರ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ದಿವಸ ಏನು ಈ ಗುರುತಿಸುವಿಕೆ ಇದೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಸಂತೋಷದಿಂದ ಸ್ವೀಕರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ದೇವರು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದನ್ನು ಮಾಡಲಿ.
Guru sir is a third level major donor, having contributed more than $53,000 to the Rotary Foundation. He is the third level major donor to the foundation. Now, our trustee vice chair said two important things, and there are two people in this audience who are really doing that themselves. First he said hope and opportunity. Second he said learn, earn and return. We have got two people, one major donor, second level, Ma'am Zubayda and Fakhruddin Kunil. They are Rotarians of the Rotary Club of Mangalore, and he has become a second level major donor by paying more than $25,000. He is an educationist. The greatest gift that you can give to anybody is education, because that will allow them to make a living and live life. And we are very, very proud to bestow the crystal and the pins. I request Balamurthy to head on the stalls. TRS Trustee Vice Chair, Dr. Bharat Pandya. Malla. That is one first. One. This is a beautiful crystal given by the Rotary Foundation in recognition of being a second level major donor. Lata, you can pin the ribbon. Thank you, sir, once again. And like our trustee vice chair said, we are not thanking you, but people around the world will definitely thank you, for you have done so much good work. Thank you very much. A Rotaract at heart, because he is the president of the Rotary Club of Mysore North. But at the end of the speech, he says, Jai Rotaract. I request Rotarian L.R. Mahadeva Swami, Secretary. And his partner to come on to the stage. L.R. Mahadev Swami is the Secretary of the Rotary Club of Bangalore North, and my good friend Prabhakar Puttaya is the President. Mysore North. He is a past, Mahadev Swami is a past, please sit down. He is a past DRR, and with the kind of energy that he has got, he will be a very good president. And may more to come. Somanna, our DGND, Yashasvi Somshekar, please come on to the dais.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank all these. He did it in one go. And thanks to all the dignitaries who came up here and honored.
G of the Ramakrishna Mission, who will be with us again tomorrow, but it's very kind of him to have graced this inaugural session. A warm welcome to Swamiji Veerabhadranandaji, who is amongst us.
Bala Murthy served as the District Governor for Rotary International District 6380 during the 2020-23 term. He has held the position of Assistant Rotary Coordinator, trainer at the Zone Institute and currently actively involved as a member of the RI Global Calgary Recon Promotion Team. Recently, Bala was chosen by Rotary International President Stephanie Urchik to serve as her representative at the RID 3181 District Conference in January 2025. Bala and his wife, Roma, are dedicated members of the Troy Rotary Club in Michigan, USA, and members and contributors to the Arch Clump and Bequest Societies. Professionally, Bala is the president of our 4Now Solutions, an IT and systems integration company serving the United States federal government. His extensive career includes a significant tenure at General Motors. As a Rotary Foundation Ambassadorial Scholar, Bala earned an MBA from the University of Pittsburgh and later an MS in Software Development from Carnegie Mellon University's Software Engineering Institute. Global Impact through Rotary Bala has coordinated and led various impactful projects worldwide. In 2001, he organized funding to rebuild Indian towns affected by a devastating earthquake through a 3-8 grant initiative to provide low-cost housing in Western India. For his efforts, Bala received the RID 6330 Rotary Foundation District Service Award. He has spearheaded grants to support schools in India and Cancun, Mexico, focusing on desks, chairs, blackboards, and water-related projects. Passionate about Rotary Fellowships, Bala founded the Yoga and Meditation Fellowship and is a past president of the Rotary Travel and Hosting Fellowship. A life of passion and dedication, Bala and Roma's lives are deeply intertwined with Rotary. Bala, an avid marathon runner, and enjoys music, meeting people from diverse backgrounds and exploring different cultures. Together, Bala and Roma are enthusiastic travelers committed to giving back to their communities, both locally and globally.
I request District Councillor PDG Devdas Ray also to join the dignitaries on the day. Also, incredible 50 years to the principles and service of Rotary. Their unwavering commitment and exemplary contributions have profoundly impacted our community and the Rotary organization as a whole.
It is their contributions that has internalized that very special slogan in our hearts, the magic of Rotary.
A heartfelt salute to their enduring.
Ladies and gentlemen, the magic of Rotary here, honoring PHF Rotarian Dr. Raghunath Rai of the Rotary Club of Nitte, and the honor being taken here, received here by his son, our very own PDG, Dr. B. Devdas Rai.
Sorry, I couldn't bring my father here. He's 96 years old. And up to a week back, he was very mobile. I took him to several places, honor in Cochin and other places, but last 3-4 days, he is having severe vertigo. Professor, it's not Dr. Raghunath Rai, Professor G. Raghunath Rai, PHF, was a district secretary thrice in RI District 3180 and president of the Rotary Club of Manipal, president of Rotary Club of Nitte. He continues to serve the Rotary Club of Nitte, RI District 3182, as an active member. He pays his dues, he goes to Aspen. But today, unfortunately, he couldn't be here. I thank all the Rotarians of 3181 for honoring a Rotarian who has been a Rotarian since the year 1970, 54 years in Rotary. Thank you.
We call upon Rotarian Padma Shri Girish Bharadwaj of Rotary.
Magic of Rotary. Ladies and gentlemen, Rotarian Padma Shri Girish Bharadwaj of the Rotary Club of Sulya, fondly known as the Bridge Man of India. From the Rotary Club of Mangalore. Ladies and gentlemen.
Vikram and friends in Rotary, let me confess, ನನಗೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಸುವರ್ಣ ವರ್ಷ 50 ವರ್ಷ ರೋಟರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. I don't know how the name has come. Of course, I am going to reach very shortly. When I reach that shortly, if all of us are alive, including me, let's all celebrate that day as the Golden Jubilee Rotary year. Thank you, friends.
Wow, the four-way truth exemplified, I must say, Rotarian GK. But certainly the magic of Rotary has become more magical because of people like GK, Rotarian GK Balakrishna.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is completing 49.63, so it is closer to 50. That's the reason we are honoring GK sir. 49.63, so which is closer to 50.
Nice explanation there. But certainly, GK, 49 or 50, you're very close to our hearts because the theme of Magic of Rotary this year has been realized because of your stellar efforts over the years.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ನಮ್ಮ ರೋಟರಿ ಕುಟುಂಬಕ್ಕೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಂದ್ಗಡೆ ಹಿಂದ್ಗಡೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೂತ ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರು ಮತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಈ ನವ ವೈಭವ ಸಮ್ಮೇಳನದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಖುಷಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಹೇಳೋಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದರೆ ಇವತ್ತು ರಾತ್ರಿ ನಾಳಿದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಗಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ಹೇಳೋದು. ಗುಡ್ ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್. That's not the Rotary good evening. Good evening! Okay, this time we're going to say it so loud so that our Rotary International President Stephanie Archik, who is right now traveling in Egypt, will also hear that. Now let's do it. Good evening! Let's do a good evening from this side. Good evening! This side. Everybody together. Thank you. Rotary Foundation Trustee Dr. Bharat Pandya, Governor Vikram Dutt. We have several past district governors and officers here who have been my friends for a long time, starting with GK, who we honored, Guru, we have Krishna, we have Keshav, I see Nagarjun, we have Krishna, we have Rangnath. If I have missed anybody, please excuse me. Nana ksamaspidi. And now we also have the DG line. We have PK, we have Satish Bola, and the most recent addition to that is Somshekhar. So please give them a big round of applause. Also, the distinguished speakers, spectacular performers, my family of Rotarians, guests and friends. For me and my wife Roma, it's a great honor, privilege and pleasure to stand before you this evening as the official representative Rotary International President Stephanie Urchik. On behalf of our President Stephanie, I extend warm greetings and sincere appreciation for the incredible work you're all doing in this district. Standing before such a distinguished assembly of dedicated leaders and change makers fills me with immense pride and optimism for the Rotary family. President Stephanie, would I like to be amongst us at your district conference? As you know, it's not practical to be at 530 plus district conferences around our Rotary work. Let us watch President Stephanie's theme message. Now this theme message was rolled out to, at that time, District Governor-elect Vikram Datta and all his colleagues who went to the International Assembly last year. They not only witnessed this firsthand, but also many other things, which is a testimony for DG Vikram Datta's leadership in the first half of this year. Please give Vikram Datta and Srilata a great round of applause.
Good evening, family of Rotary. Thank you to the Irresistibles for making. The weather outside hasn't cooperated, but the atmosphere inside has been truly magical. Your energy and optimism are inspiring, and I can't wait to see what happens when you combine that energy with the wonderful lessons we've learned this week. At the start of the week, we heard from General Secretary John about how district governors can help create new and different kinds of Rotary clubs. If a local club isn't connecting with the people in the community, changing the club's format or experimenting with a new kind of club might be the next step. This could be your chance to get creative and expand membership through clubs no one else has ever imagined. Yesterday, Trustee Jennifer's interview with Dr. Hamid reminded us that plenty of challenges remain in our fight against polio. Now is not the time to lose momentum, especially when people around the world are counting on us to see this fight through. Later this month, when I visit women working to deliver polio vaccines in Pakistan, I can tell them with confidence that their family of Rotary supports them wholeheartedly. We heard from President nominee Mario about the importance of innovation, continuity, and partnerships. Mario is right. Balancing both change and continuity is exactly what this moment calls for. And his call to action for Rotary to make more connections and partnerships will help propel us into the future. Finally, President Gordon just reminded us to prioritize each other and our mental health. We're more than a collection of clubs. We're a family, and families look out for each other. Just because we are embracing the magic of Rotary doesn't mean Gordon's message of prioritizing mental health is any less important. If anything, we need to be more committed than ever to looking after each other if we want to create hope in the world. Now it's up to you, District Governors-elect, to take these lessons and spread the magic of Rotary in your districts and communities. You can even start on your way home. Any time is a time for promoting Rotary. Here's one example. You're sitting on an airplane with a couple of strangers. That's a perfect opportunity to talk about Rotary. Yeah. I can't tell you the number of people I've inspired after a friendly chat on an airplane. As I said on our first day here, anyone who has the heart and the hands for service belongs in Rotary. The people you meet during your travels might not look or act like what you think of as a typical Rotary member. And if that's the case, it's even more important that you try to connect with them. Ask them about themselves and what they care about. I bet you'll find that you have a lot in common. It's part of a culture of reaching out to people outside of your usual circle. And if you can reach enough people and bring enough people and different ideas into our family, that's where the magic really starts. That's why and what diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging is all about. Bringing fresh ideas and new energy that will unlock a world of possibilities. Reaching out to new people goes beyond recruitment. Like President nominee Mario, I love speaking to groups who don't work with us or don't know much about us. I love telling them how much Rotary has changed and that we're building new kinds of clubs every day, just like General Secretary John encouraged. That includes e-clubs, passport clubs, satellite clubs, impact clubs, and so much more. Or, if people aren't ready for membership, anybody can be part of Rotary Community Corps around the world. I can't wait to hear about all the ways you're making Rotary simply irresistible after you return home and talk to members and leaders in your community. Remember, the action plan is about change and continuity. We need both if we're going to move forward together to a brighter future. The world is in dire need of such a future. Our commitment to peace has never been more important. Our Peace Center in Bahçeşehir University in Istanbul will be critical toward our peace-building efforts, not only in the Middle East and North Africa, but around the world. Those efforts will continue with the Rotary Presidential Peace Conference in Istanbul next year, where we'll come together to learn how we can help bring healing to a divided world. You will hear more about the Peace Conference during our international convention in beautiful Singapore. But in the meantime, we must do everything we can to be those star throwers for peace. And there are plenty of ways that we can all be star throwers. Whether we're contributing
here, everywhere, and it continues to happen. Now, as Rotarians, we are a united but single purpose, bound by a shared vision and empowered by a belief that we can change lives, as we saw during our visit that Trustee Pandya talked about at the Lady Goshen Hospital earlier today. It's not just in our own communities, but across the globe. Today, we come together to celebrate our collective achievements, renew our commitment to service, and most importantly, to look forward to the future and impact we'll continue to make in the years ahead. Reflecting on this year's theme, Magic of Rotary, we are reminded of the profound impact that our collective actions can have. Each of us play a vital role in this journey, and it is through our combined efforts that we can achieve extraordinary outcomes. As we gather here at this remarkable District 3181 District Conference, we are united by a shared passion for service, for making a difference in our community, and for contributing to a better, more connected world. Today is a celebration of who we are, what we do, and what we can achieve together. It is a day to reflect on our journey, to renew our commitment, and to inspire one another as we look ahead to the future. In closing, I want to express my deepest gratitude to each of you for the service you provided and continue to provide and the example you set for others. You are truly the heart of Rotary. On behalf of President Stephanie Erchik and the entire Rotary International leadership, thank you for your unwavering commitment to service and for your dedication to creating positive change. As we embark on this district conference, let's be reminded of why we are here: to connect, to inspire, and to chart a path forward. Together,
we are unstoppable and irresistible. Together, we are Rotary. Now, please join me in saying,
we can. Let's hear it loudly. We can. We must. We will. Okay, let's do it one more time. We can. We must. We will. One last time. We can, we must, we will. Thank you, and Roma and I look forward to the discussions, the ideas, and the action that will unfold during this conference. Enjoy the great District 3181 conference.
SVYM's grassroots efforts have transformed the lives of thousands. He also established GRAM, Grassroots Research and Advocacy Movement, to drive evidence-based public policy. A physician with an MPhil from BITS Pilani and a master's in public administration from Harvard University, Dr. Balasubramaniam is a leadership trainer and global speaker. He has lectured at institutions like Cornell University, IIT Delhi, and the University of Mysore, where he leads the Vivekananda Chair. His books, including The Citizen and Leadership Lessons for Daily Living, are globally acclaimed. As a member of India's Capacity Building Commission, Dr. Balasubramaniam helps prepare government employees with frameworks inspired by the Bhagavad Gita. He also chairs SABI's Social Stock Exchange Advisory Committee and contributes to the 4th Sector Council. His latest book, Power Within: The Leadership Legacy of Narendra Modi, reflects his proximity to India's leadership. Dr. Balasubramaniam's contributions have earned him numerous awards, including the Swasthya Seva Ratna 2014, Vivekananda Award for Human Excellence 2014, and Pride of India Award 2011. Notable talks include Governance and Democracy in Berlin 2019 and Vivekananda's Vision for India in Mangalore 2012. Through his visionary leadership and commitment to service, Dr. Balasubramaniam continues to inspire and drive meaningful change locally and globally.
ಇದು ಚಾಟ್ GPT ಯುಗ. ಸೊ ಪರಿಚಯವನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ನನಗೆ ಸಂದೇಹ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡ್ತು, ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಕ್ಷಮಿಸಿ. ರೋಟೇರಿಯನ್ ವಿಕ್ರಮ್ ದತ್ತ ಅವರೇ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೆರೆದಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆತ್ಮೀಯ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ,
ಮಂಗಳೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ನಂಬಿ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷಲ್ಲೇ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ವುಡ್ ಪ್ರಿಫರ್. ಭಾಳ ಸಂತೋಷ. ನನಗೆ ಒಂದು 3-4 ತಿಂಗಳ ಹಿಂದೆ ಸಂಜೆ ದೂರವಾಣಿ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಕರೆ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ತಕ್ಷಣಕ್ಕೆ ನನಗೆ ಅನಿಸಿದ್ದು, ಅಷ್ಟು ದೂರ ಡೆಲ್ಲಿಯಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕೆ? ಅದು ನಮಗೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಆಗೋದು ಭಾಷಣ ಕೊಡೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ ಕೊಡೋ ಅರ್ಧ ಗಂಟೆ ಭಾಷಣಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಗಂಟೆ ಕಾಲ ಸಮಯ ಪ್ರವಾಸ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಡೆಲ್ಲಿಯಿಂದ ಇರೋದು ಒಂದೇ ಫ್ಲೈಟು, ಇಷ್ಟು ದೂರ ಬರುವ ಅಗತ್ಯ ಇದೆಯಾ ಅಂತ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸಂದೇಹದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂಜೆ ಬರಲೇಬೇಕಂತ ಆಗ ಎಳೆದು ನೋಡಿದೆ. ಆಗ ತಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗೆ ಸಂಜಯ್ಗೆ ಕೇವಲ ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಟ್ಸ್ನ ಸಫಲವಾಗಿ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಸಾಮರ್ಥ್ಯ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಮಂಥವ್ರನ್ನ ಒಪ್ಪಿಸೋ ಸಾಮರ್ಥ್ಯ ಕೂಡ ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಸಂಜಯ್ಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಅಷ್ಟು ಸಾಲದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಾನು ಮೈಸೂರಿಗೆ ಭೇಟಿ ನೀಡಿದಾಗ ಅವರು ಮತ್ತು ವಿಕ್ರಮ್ ಅವರು ಸ್ವತಃ ಬಂದು ಕರೆದಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವುದು ಅಸಭ್ಯ ಅಂತ ನನಗೆ ನಂಬಿಕೆ ಇದೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಅಷ್ಟು ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲ, ರೋಟ್ರಿ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ನನಗೆ ಪರಿಚಯವಾಗಿದ್ದು ಇವತ್ತು ಭಾಳ ನನಗೆ ಸಂತೋಷ ಕೊಡುವಂಥ ದಿನ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದ ಮೇಲೆ ನನಗೆ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತಿತ್ತು, ಯಾರು ನೀವು ಲೈಫ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಚೀವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅವಾರ್ಡ್ ಅಂತ ಗೌರವಿಸಿ ಗುರುತಿಸಿದ್ರು ರೊಟೇರಿಯನ್ ಗುರು ಅವರು, ಒಂದು ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೂ ಗುರು ಕೂಡ ಅವರು. ಬಹಳ ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಹಿಂದೆ ಯಾರು ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಇನ್ನು ಯುವಕನಾಗಿದ್ದಾಗ 74ನೇ ಇಸ್ವಿಯಿಂದ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದಂಥ ಈ ಸಾಹಸ ಸಹಕರಿಸುವಂಥ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ಅಥವಾ ಹೃದಯ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಯುವಕ ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಭಾಷಣ ಕೊಡುವಾಗ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಅದು ಜನವರಿ 12ನೇ ತಾರೀಕು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಯೂತ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಅಂತ. ಬಟ್ ಹೌ ಮೆನಿ ಯಂಗ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಡು ವಿ ಟ್ರೂಲಿ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್? ಆ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೇಳ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನನಗೂ ಅದೇ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳಿತ್ತು. ನಮ್ಮ ಮಾತಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ನನಗೆ ಹಣ ಕೊಡಿ ಅಥವಾ ಧನ ಸಹಾಯ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಪರಿಚಯಿಸಿ ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ನಾವು ಈ ಥರ ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೊರಟಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ಸಹಕಾರಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಸಂದೇಹವೇ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ದು ನನಗೆ. ಅಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಹೇಳದೆ, ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಪರಿಚಯಿಸದೆ, ಯಾರಿಗೂ ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅನೌನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡದೆ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಗುರು ಅವರು. ಸೊ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ನಾಟ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ರೋಟ್ರಿ, ಸೊಸೈಟಿ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಕನ್ಫರ್ ದ ಲೈಫ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಚೀವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅವಾರ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ಹಿಮ್. ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ರೊಟೇರಿಯನ್ ಬಾಲಮೂರ್ತಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, GK ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ರಾಮ್ಕಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಅವರು ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳು ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕ ಪರಿಚಯ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮಂಗಳೂರು is also a special city because it's one of the few cities where you see a convergence of culture, enterprise, and much more importantly, a deep appreciation of what is Bharat, though it's so modern outside. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾರಣಗಳಿಂದ ಭಾಳ ಸ್ವಂತೋಷವಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಬಟ್ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಭಾಳ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದ ಕಾರಣ, ರೋಟ್ರಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ವೆನ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಪಾಂಡ್ಯ ಸ್ಪೋಕ್, ಐ ಥಾಟ್ ಹಿ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸ್ಟೋಲನ್ ಹಾಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೈ ಸ್ಪೀಚ್. ಸೊ ನೌ ಐ can't even speak what I'm prepared to speak because it's already spoken most of it. ಇನ್ನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಉಳಿದಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ. ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟೆಫನಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬಾಲಮೂರ್ತಿ ದೇ ಸ್ಪೋಕ್ ದ ರೆಸ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಒಂದು ತಂಡಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ರನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರು ಸ್ಕೋರ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರಿಂದ ಸಮಯನೂ ನನ್ನ ಸಮಯ ಮುಗಿದೋಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಾನು ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಅದು ತಪ್ಪಾಗಲಾರದು ಅಂತ ಭಾವಿಸಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಆದರೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ದೂರ ಕರೆದಿದ್ದೀರಿ, ಬಂದಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ರೋಟ್ರಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ರೋಟ್ರಿಯಿಂದ ನಾನೇನು ಕಲಿತೆ ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕವಾಗಿ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಬಿನ್ ಅ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಜರ್ನಿ. ಐ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಕನ್ನಡ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್. ಐ ನೋ ದಟ್ ರೊಟೇರಿಯನ್ ಪಾಂಡ್ಯ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅದರ್ಸ್ ಮೇ ನಾಟ್ ನೋ ದ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಆಫ್ ಕನ್ನಡ. ಸೊ ಅದರಿಂದ ಎರಡರಲ್ಲೂ ಮಾತಾಡುವಂಥ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಪಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಸಾಧಾರಣವಾಗಿ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ವಿ ಸೆಲಿಬ್ರೇಟ್ ರೋಟ್ರಿ ಫಾರ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್, ಬಟ್ ಐ ವುಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಟು ಬಿಗಿನ್ ಮೈ ಟಾಕ್ ವಿತ್ ಅನ್ act of seva. And why am I separating seva from service? I will explain a little deeper. ಸ್ವಾಮಿಗಳು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಭಾಳ ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಹಿಂದೆ ನನಗೆ ಬಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸ್ಫೂರ್ತಿ, ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞೆ ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದರ ಸಂದೇಶದಿಂದ. ಅದನ್ನು ಪದೇ ಪದೇ ನನಗೆ ಜ್ಞಾಪಿಸ್ತಿದ್ದಿದ್ದು ನನ್ನ ಗುರುಗಳಾದಂಥ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಅಚಲ ಅಂಜಿ ಅಂತ ಮೈಸೂರು ವೇದಾಂತ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ತಂಗಿದ್ರು, ಹಾಗೂ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಸುರೇಶ ಅಂಜಿ. ನಾನು ಮೈಸೂರಿಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರು ನೋಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ. ಐ ವುಡ್ ವಿಸಿಟ್ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಸುರೇಶ ಅಂಜಿ. So I was walking, and that same day coincidentally I had to give a talk at Rotary Mysore, which has been a great source of support. And amongst the many grants Rotary, Sanjay has not failed in several of our grants to our organization, the Vivekananda movement also. Even recently, I think a few months ago, they helped equip for our ophthalmic division excellent latest equipment. So thank you again for Rotary International and as well as for Rotary Mysore. ಸೊ ರೋಟ್ರಿ ಮಾಂಡೋವಿ ಮೋಟರ್ಸ್ ಪಕ್ಕ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ರೋಟ್ರಿ ಕ್ಲಬ್ಬಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಷಣ ಇತ್ತು. ಸಾಧಾರಣವಾಗಿ ನಾನು ನಡೆದು ಹೋಗೋದು, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬೋತ್ ಅನ್ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸರ್ಸೈಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಬರ್ನ್ ಸಮ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲೋರೀಸ್ and also gives you some reflection time. May not be as safe nowadays in Mysore, but I still like to do that. As I was waiting at a signal light for the light to turn green, a lot of traffic noise and you don't notice the world around you. But at the red light, vehicles were stopping, but I heard a loud altercation. ರಸ್ತೆ ಬದಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾಳೆಹಣ್ಣು ಮಾರುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ವ್ಯಾಪಾರಸ್ಥೆ, a street vendor selling bananas, was very vociferously arguing with the customer. We talk so much of customer service, and here was a person who was arguing very harshly, and some choicest Kannada words he was using. ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಭಾಳ ಸಿಟ್ಟಿನಿಂದ ಬೈದಿದ್ದ ನನಗೆ ನೆನಪು ಇದೆ, ನೀವು ಬಾಳೆಹಣ್ಣು ಕೊಂಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಷ್ಟು ಬಿಟ್ಟರಷ್ಟು ಹೋಗಿ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಅಂತ ಬೈಕ್ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ರು. ಆಲ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ he wanted a dozen bananas for 10 rupees and she was only willing to give 10. So for the sake of 2 bananas, at least 15-20 minutes of altercation. I was so fascinated by watching it. I love to watch people, unfortunately. I was watching the fun. Signals kept changing, but I was watching the fun. Within a minute, that man walked away after getting fired by her. But suddenly, that is when, at least I heard, a child crying. ಬಹುಶಃ 3-4 ವಯಸ್ಸು 5 ವಯಸ್ಸು ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಮಗುಗೆ, ಪುಟಾಣಿ ಅಳ್ತಿರುವುದು ಆಗ ಕೇಳಿಸಿದ್ರು. ಅಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಂಕ ಅವ್ರ ಗಲಾಟೆನೇ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲುಕ್ ಎಟ್ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಟುಡೇ ವಿ ಲಿವ್ ಇನ್. ವಿ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಹಿಯರ್ ಲೌಡ್ ಡೆಸಿಬಲ್ಸ್. We don't hear the urgent cries for help. But that street vendor, who just a few minutes earlier refused to give 2 bananas for a commercial transaction, without thinking twice, plucked 2 bananas from a basket, put it in the child's hands and said, "Papu, uta maadu." And that Papu did not know what to say. In that instant, I recognized a deep connect. What India celebrates as Sahridayata, which is a non-negotiable component of seva. And I'll distinguish how it is different from mere service. And I could not just hold back. I went to that lady and I was puzzled. You know, for every transaction, you always think there's a management theory behind it. And here was a very puzzling episode for me. I went up to that lady and I can care there. ಅಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ 2 ಬಾಳೆಹಣ್ಣು ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ 15 ನಿಮಿಷ ಗಲಾಟೆ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ನಿಸ್ಸಂಕೋಚವಾಗಿ 2 ಬಾಳೆಹಣ್ಣನ್ನ ಕಿತ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಯಲ್ಲ, ಮಗು ಕೇಳಲೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅದೇನೋ ಅಳ್ತಿತ್ತು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಆ ತಾಯಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಂಥ ಉತ್ತರ, ತಾಯಿಗಿಂತ ಅಜ್ಜಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಸರಿಯಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸ್ವಾಮಿ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ವೇ, ಆ ಮಗು ಅಳ್ತಿದ್ದು ಹಸಿವಿನಿಂದ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ನಿಮಗೆ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು ಅಂದೆ. ಎದುರುಗಡೆ ನೋಡಿ ಏನು ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. ಒಂದು ಎದುರುಗಡೆ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಕಟ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಈಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಜಿಮ್ ಏನೋ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಕಟ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಕಟ್ಟಡ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತಾಗ ಶಿ ಸೆಡ್ ದಟ್ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಮದರ್ ಇಸ್ ವರ್ಕರ್ ದೇರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಶಿ ದಿಸ್ ಬೇಬಿ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ನಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಈಟನ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅವ್ರ ಅಮ್ಮ ಬಂದಂತೂ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ರೋಡ್ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೋಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮಗುವಿಗೆ ಧೈರ್ಯನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ 10 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಚಿಂತಿಸೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಒಂದು ಮಗುವಿನ ಹಸಿವಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡಬಹುದೇ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟೆ. ವೆಂಕಟರಮಣ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನದ ಬದಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಲ್ತಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಈತ ಇವಳಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಕೇಳಿದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹತ್ರದಲ್ಲೇ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮಠ ಇದೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ ಅಂದೆ. ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ. ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯ ಅಂದರೆ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪರಮಹಂಸರ ತತ್ವವನ್ನು ಜೀವಿಸುವಂಥ ಅವಳಿಗೆ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣರ ಪರಿಚಯ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಹೋದರೂ ಕೂಡ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣರ ಆದರ್ಶ ಶಿವಜ್ಞಾನಿ ಜೀವ ಸೇವಾ ಪರಿಚಯ ಇತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಭಗವಂತನ ಸೇವೆ ಅದೇ ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ದಟ್ಸ್ ದ ರಿಯಲ್ ಪರ್ಪಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಫ್. ಬಟ್ ಭಗವಂತನ ಸೇವೆ ಮಂದಿರಗಳಲ್ಲಿ, ಮಸೀದಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಚರ್ಚ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದಲ್ಲ. ಪ್ರತಿ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಒಳಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ದಿವ್ಯತೆಯನ್ನು ಕೊಂಡಾಡುವುದೇ ಸೇವಾ, ವೇರ್ ಎ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ is only helping people. And I think Rotary, though you call yourself a service, several of you are indulging in lifelong seva, and I salute all of you for that. But then what did I learn from all of you? I think the beauty of Rotary is I'm puzzled, especially now while working at a very senior level in the national government. We get exposed to all kinds of organizations inside and outside India. And sometimes we wonder, why did the human mind conceive a multilateral organization? Because multilaterality is just multinational politics. We today sacrifice development in the name of diplomacy sometimes, in the name of sheer geopolitics many times. So I used to ask myself, are there any institutions in the world which work in several countries at the same time, unified not by the politics of the situation, by the understanding of humanism in general? And I can say I cannot think of any other organization except Rotary International. I say this not to please all of you. I don't need to please anybody. I've always lived my life without pleasing anybody. So I'm quite candid. What I speak comes from my heart. Because you may not appreciate it. ನಮಗೆ ನಮ್ಮದೇ ಸ್ವಂತಹ ಸಾಮರ್ಥ್ಯಗಳು ಅಥವಾ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಾಧನೆಗಳು ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಕಾಣುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಹೊರಗಡೆಯಿಂದ ಬಾಹ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಅಳಿಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದಾಗಲೇ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಅಚೀವಿಂಗ್. More than 1.2 million volunteers. How do you even hold them together? You are talking of membership and growing it. I am talking of how are you even retaining 1.2 million people. Not just retaining them as numbers on your file or people who pay membership fees, but somebody who subscribes to compassion and humanism. How do you get something like that happen every day for the last nearly 100 years or more? I think it's a study, not just a magic to be declared. Because what the world needs is more of this magic in a structured, organized way like you people can provide. So how is what I have learned from you helping me today? In the introduction, it was mentioned that I am working in the national government. Today the government of India, 1.4 billion people as a nation, and the state, and it's very surprising, a lot of my friends outside of government can't figure me out. I've had the privilege and the pleasure of suing the national government. I have sued the state of Karnataka. I'm known more for my satyagrahas than for my seva sometimes. But then people ask me, "Enaitappa ninige? Have you sold your soul? Now you are with the government." But I can tell you, I consider it a unique privilege. Having worked at the micro levels, I think working at the national government today is much more than a privilege, it's an honor. And let me explain how the learnings that I have from Rotary help me guide that. We have something called the Mission Karma Yogi. And the mandate of the Mission Karma Yogi, you have 1.2 million people world over. We have 2 million civil servants just in the national government alone. If you include all the civil servants in the public sector banks, public sector undertakings, the railways, the central armed police, everybody put together. And not to be satisfied with that, the Honorable Prime Minister one day told us, now you've got to work with states which are willing. And when we looked at the numbers, they're just under 2 million more adding all the states together. So overnight, we are expected to work with 4 million civil servants and bring in them this phenomenal change from service to seva. What we are expected to do is shift the attitude from behaving and thinking like a karmachari, a public servant who's designed to serve and trained to serve, but to operate with the mindset of a karma yogi, somebody who gives his very best to the nation with no expectation of anything in return. And that, my friends, is a major ask for anybody. But Mission Karma Yogi's mandate is that, and we are shaping that mandate. And what are the lessons I learned? I looked around, apart from messages of the Bhagavad Gita, several of Upanishads and institutions that Swami Vivekananda and this philosophy has nurtured, including the Ramakrishna Mission. The Rotary International is also one of the institutions I asked myself, how can they sustain for 100 years? Somebody called Paul Harris had a dream, but how does a dream grow? How does a dream sustain? How is a dream structured and organized? Why would somebody sitting in Mangalore contribute $53,000 to some fund out there? And how do you convince our Indians to pay rightfully their taxes? How do you nudge? How do you get this spirit inside everybody? And it struck me that you have a pledge that you've given, whether it's a pledge of fighting polio or a pledge of creating magic in the different ways you see. And I realized something else. Amongst the mandates you've taken for yourself is something very powerful. How many of you here in this audience have heard the word the Delhi Declaration? I don't see any hands. Do I presume you're too lazy, or you're not wanting to lift, or you don't know? Only Rotarian Bala lifted his hand. The Delhi Declaration is a unique global success of the Prime Minister and the Government of India. When the G20 met in Bali, they couldn't even agree on a declaration. The same countries, the wars continued. When they came to Delhi, they agreed, and the declaration talks of the world living for the poor peace. People, and you work so much with people too, the planet, and prosperity, and finally peace. And I surprisingly found that every activity Rotary International does is actually deliver on this 4 Ps. So it's time that we proudly say we're not just serving, we're trying to live the delivery of the Delhi Declaration, the 4 Ps, in your own ways. I say this because there's so much to learn. And what did I learn is how do we convert this giving yourself a purpose? Every year you give a theme. So we realize what are Indian civil servants, and I think every Indian, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ಭಾರತೀಯನಿಗೆ ಅತ್ಯಗತ್ಯವಾದದ್ದು ಈ 4 ಸಂಕಲ್ಪಗಳು. ಒಂದು ಸಾಲದು ನಮ್ಮದು ವಿಶಾಲವಾದಂಥ ದೇಶ. So a nation of 1.4 billion, just one pledge will not change India at the pace at which we want change. We have very ambitiously dreamt of a Vikasit Bharat 2047. I don't think we even have to wait till 2047 if every Indian takes this pledge. And the first part of this pledge is Vikas, development. Understanding that development is not GDP and economic growth alone. I know Dr. Bharat spoke about the $4 trillion. I think it's incidental. I think India believes, and the national government believes, investing on human and social capital is what will enable people to create the economic capital, and that's how we'll reach $30 million. So Vikas is inclusive, just, equitable, and a fair development for every Indian living in this country, and maybe outside too. But development matra saldu. The next sankalp we ask us, our civil servants to take in this journey from karmachari to a karmayogi are these 4 sankalps. The second we say is something which is very uniquely Indian. Bala ದುಃಖದ ಸಂಗತಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಪಾಶ್ಚಿಮಾತ್ಯ ದೇಶಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕಾಪಿ ಹೊಡೆಯೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ವೇಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಪ್ರಾಯಶಃ ನಿಜವಾದ ಸಂತೋಷ ಒಂದು ಸೇವಾ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿ ಉತ್ಪತ್ತಿಯಾಗಿ ಭಾರತದಿಂದ ಶುರುವಾಗಿ ಇಡೀ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿ 100 ವರ್ಷ ಕಾಲ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ that is a real success story for India, and ಅದು ಆತ್ಮನಿರ್ಭರತೆಯ ಚಿಹ್ನೆ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಭಾವಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. So as much as I appreciate and admire the Rotary, I would have possibly admired you if your genesis had been in India and you spread your wings to the world outside. So Garva is something we treasure. Decolonizing our mindset is something we treasure more. So we teach our civil servants, whom we trained in more than 800 institutions across the country, beginning from Labasna in Mussoorie to Police Academy in Hyderabad to the several academies we have across India. We train them to shed away this legacy of colonialism, to throw away the mindset of Indian civil service and acquire the Bharatiya Parampara tradition of seva in their mind. And how we do that is my job. But garva in our languages, ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾಷೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಗರ್ವ, ನಮ್ಮ ಊಟ ಉಪಹಾರಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಗರ್ವ, ನಮ್ಮ ವೇಷಭೂಷಣಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಗರ್ವ, ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಗರ್ವ, ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲತೆಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ಗರ್ವ. ಭಾರತೀಯ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ದೊಡ್ಡ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ ಸೇವೆ ಯಾವುದೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಭಾವಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಮೂರನೇದು, ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹಕ್ಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಮ್ಮ ಪರಂಪರೆಯಲ್ಲೇ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. It's a westernized slogan that we have imported. Child rights, human rights, ಆ ರೈಟ್ಸ್ ಈ ರೈಟ್ಸ್. ಇವತ್ತಂತೂ ಎಷ್ಟು ರೈಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಇರೋ ಪ್ರೊನೌನ್ಗಳ ಒಂದು ರೈಟ್ ಇದೆ. 70-80 ಪ್ರೊನೌನ್ಗಳು ಹುಟ್ಟಾಕಿದ್ದೇವೆ ನಾವು ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿ. ಅದನ್ನು ಕಾಪಿ ಹೊಡಿತೀವಿ ವಿನಃ ರೈಟ್ಸ್ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲ್ಲ. ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳು ಭಾಳ ಮುಖ್ಯ. ನಾನೇ ಗಿರಿಜನರ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳಿಗೆ ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಹೋರಾಟಗಳನ್ನು ನಡೆಸಿದ್ದವನು. ಆದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು ಪಾಲಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕರೆಯುತ್ತೆ. ಕರ್ತವ್ಯಗಳು ಮಹಾಭಾರತ ಕಥೆ ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಿದಿರಿ. ಒಂದು ಕುಟುಂಬಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಅವನನ್ನು ತ್ಯಾಗಿಸ್ಕೋಬೋದು. ಆ ಕುಟುಂಬ ಆ ಹಳ್ಳಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ತ್ಯಾಗ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಆ ಹಳ್ಳಿ ಆ ಸಾಮ್ರಾಜ್ಯಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ತ್ಯಾಗ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಬಹುಶಃ ಸಾಮ್ರಾಜ್ಯ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ತ್ಯಾಗಿಸ್ಕೋಬೋದು. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯದ ಭಾವನೆಯೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಕಲ್ಪವಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ವಾಟ್ ರೋಟರಿ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಇಸ್ ಡೆಮಾನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯ ಆಟಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫೈನಲಿ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ರಿಯಲಿ ಅಡ್ಮೈರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ವಾಟ್ ದ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಟಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಭಾರತ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಇತಿಹಾಸ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ದುಃಖ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ನಾವು ಆಡಳಿತ ಕಾರಣಗಳಿಗೆ ಹೈದರಾಬಾದ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ, ಬಾಂಬೆ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ, ಮಲೆನಾಡು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ, ಕರಾವಳಿ ಪ್ರದೇಶ, ಇಂಟೀರಿಯರ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಅಂತ ವಿಂಗಡಿಸುವುದನ್ನು ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ವಿ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಬಿಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಫ್ರಾಗ್ಮೆಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಅವರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಟು ಟಾಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಒನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ, ಒನ್ ನೇಷನ್, one development, and we want the civil servants to appreciate that. So Ekta is a very important pledge. We say every civil servant has to take. He cannot see people as Gujaratis, Biharis, Kannadigas, Tamilians. He sees every person in this country that he's serving as somebody who is a Bharatiya in identity and life. And these 4 sankalps cannot happen overnight. We learn a lot from what you have over years may not have articulated in the way I'm articulating, but it's something that you have lived. So it's ನಿಮಗೆ ಅದು ಸಹಜವಾಗಿ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ಬೋದು. ನಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ಕಾರಿ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳಿಗೆ ತರಬೇತಿ ಮುಖಾಂತರನೇ ಆ ಸಹಜತೆ ಬರೆಸೋ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. 4 ಗುಣಗಳನ್ನು ಇರುವ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಈ 4 ಸಂಕಲ್ಪಗಳನ್ನು ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ. ಮೊದಲನೇ ಗುಣ, ಎಲ್ಲಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆಯನ್ನು ಅದರ ಸಾರಾಂಶವನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದು ನಾವು ಕಲಿಯಲೇಬೇಕಾಗಿದ್ದರೆ, ಕರ್ಮಯೋಗ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕೇವಲ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತಾ ಸಂದೇಶ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಭಾಷಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡೋದು ಒಂದು, ಅದು ದೈನಿಕವಾಗಿ ಜೀವಿಸುವಂಥ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು. ಅದು ಅತಿ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸಾಧನೆ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊತೀವಿ, ಸ್ವಾಧ್ಯಾಯವನ್ನು ಪಾಲಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. ವೈ 1.5 million youngsters take up our civil service examinations, the toughest exam anywhere in the world. Hardly 600 to 700 qualify per year. The conversion rate is so low that if you can knock it off, you are extraordinary. Yes, they have the occasional lady like what we saw in Maharashtra. But what we don't see are the hundreds of highly qualified graduates coming from our IITs, NITs and IIMs and national law schools who opt to be a public servant. They could have opted to choose careers outside or within India for very high salaries. The entry level salary is a few thousands that they get. Why do they choose to serve? ಯಾಕೆ ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ? ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಶ್ರಮ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಷ್ಟ ಅಂತ ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಲ್ಲಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಕಳೆದ 3.5 ವರ್ಷಗಳಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಸರ್ಕಾರದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸವಲತ್ತುಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ, ಅಧಿಕಾರವನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ, ರಿಕಗ್ನಿಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಆದರೂ ಸಹ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಶ್ರಮಿಸಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇವನ್ ದೋ ವಿ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಟು ದ ಹಾನರಬಲ್ ಪ್ರೈಮ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್, change is not easy. It doesn't happen just overnight. Every single person across the country has to believe in it passionately and change. That is why I admire you. How do you create this passion? How do you sustain it? How do you promote it? I would love to sit in your JIT seminars and understand how do you even train your governors all to speak so well. There's a huge lesson for us to learn, and I would love to learn how it's done. The how of it is what is the magic, not what you do. And for us we say Swadhyay, understand yourself. And understanding oneself is not enough, because the call given by the Prime Minister is we need a team India to build a new India. Samaj Sarkar और बाजार साथ में काम करना चाहिए ಅಂತಾರೆ ಅವರು. ಹೇಗೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುವುದು? ನಾವು ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ ಸೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಹತ್ರ ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ ಹಾಳಾದವರು ದುಡ್ಡು ಹೊಡೆಯೋಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದವರೇ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. We think everybody who makes a profit is a criminal. That's wrong. Everybody is contributing to the progress of this nation. How do you get that spirit in everybody? The policy maker to the corporate man. How do you get civil society to understand, as much as I need to question the government and hold them accountable, which I was doing, it's as important as to contribute and empower communities to play their role in building a nation too. It is not just standing like this, looking for every guarantee we can get from the state as its welfare dole, but standing like this and saying, what can I give back to this great nation of ours? It's not easy. So Sahakaryata is a skill. Collaborative skills are so essential today, even in a small operating. No doctor can work alone. If he has to succeed, he needs a team. And if we have to build this nation to make it a great country again, we need teams, and teams like Rotary Club. The Samaj part of what I'm talking today is so critical. How do you work with the government? And let's all understand, the polio campaign is a stellar example of what can happen if a selfless organization like Rotary teams up with an enormous network like Government of India. And what you saw in India is we have eradicated polio. And that success is a collective credit for all of us. And how do you get this spirit in every action that our civil servants do, the spirit of Sahakaryata, which you demonstrate in every country, not just here. And the third, we say, is very important. In a world where we look at efficiency and effectiveness, I really don't know what the operational overhead of Rotary International is. I would not like to name some of the organizations which I have had the unfortunate responsibility in one avatar of mine at Harvard to study. Some organizations work with a 60 to 70% overhead. Every dollar we give, $70 goes to sustain the organization, 30 cents goes to the community. I'm sure institutions like Rotary International would operate with a very low overhead, and therefore every dollar you give, most of it would reach the people that you give it for. And how did you become so efficient? Why are you so effective? These are the secrets we need to unpack. And in the government, many decades ago, the then Prime Minister lamented in Parliament that out of every rupee that the nation earns as taxation revenue, 18 paise goes, when you make that as an expenditure on public welfare, hardly 16 to 20 paise reach people. That is the price of inefficiency my citizens were paying for the state. But today, that's no longer true. Just the direct benefit transfer saves this nation between 2 to 2.5 lakh crores every year in what would have been leakages. How are we cracked this code? How are we able to make this happen? Is because we study the functional competencies that civil servants need. What are the, apart from the behavioral changes to become a karmayogi, how does it deliver efficiently? Rajya karma and the karitivadanna. We understand what are the parameters for efficiency. We measure. Today performance is measured. No longer can people get away. You will not even believe this. I don't think any private sector in India has attempted this. Apart from what I'm talking right now is called the competency framework, against which every single civil servant in this country is measured. He has to go to our portal, it's called the Karmayogi Bharat portal. He has to do a proctored assessment, and based on his role it will tell him these are the competencies you need to have to do your job well. He has to take the assignments and assessments. The score will tell him how good or how bad he is. The algorithm will tell him what are the courses he needs to do. And we can proudly say India has got the largest learning platform in the world. We have more than 8 million people at this point of time taking more than 1800 courses which they need to do their jobs better. And they have to demonstrate that the minimum 50 hours of learning. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ 1 ಗಂಟೆ ಓದಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನೋಡಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಷ್ಟ ಅಂತ. ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಕೆಲಸದ ಸಮಯವನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು 50 ಗಂಟೆ ಕಾಲ ಪ್ರತಿ ವರ್ಷ ಕಲಿಬೇಕು ನೀವು, ಅದನ್ನು ಅಳತೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಆ ಅಳತೆ ಆಧಾರಿತವಾಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬೆಳವಣಿಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ಶ್ರಮ ನನ್ನ ಕೆಲಸ ಅಂತ ನಿಮಗೆ ಅರ್ಥವಾಗುತ್ತೆ. So we are today driving a learning revolution. The Prime Minister asks us whenever we meet him, what is the learning that you have got for me? What are the courses I can do? Our ministers take courses today. Our secretaries of government take courses today. And that is how the state's efficiency is going up. The state's effectiveness is going up. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಸರಿ, ಇದರಿಂದ ಏನು ಉಪಯೋಗ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಅದು ರೋಟರಿ ಕ್ಲಬ್ ಇಂಥ ಕ್ಲಬ್ಗಳಿಂದ ನಾವು ಕಲ್ತಂಥದ್ದು. ನಮ್ಮ ಧರ್ಮ, ನಮ್ಮ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯ ಸ್ವಧರ್ಮವೇ ಸೇವೆ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. So citizen-centric governance and serving citizens is the only mandate that we are now demanding of state and the officials representing the state. Now all this is possible only we can all work together when these sankalps are taken by every Indian, when these virtues are lived by every Indian. I think that is when the magic will truly happen for our nation. So the magic cannot be limited to the communities Rotary serves. The magic should expand. to the nation that we all serve together. And hopefully we'll all together build that great resurgent India that Swami Vivekananda proudly said, I would like to see an India resplendent in all her glory sitting on the throne. And that is the India, that is the Vishwaguru, that is the 4P Sandesh you can give to every country in the world. And my friends of the Rotary, you exist in every country. You don't need an embassy, you don't need a visa, you don't need a passport to exchange ideas. And if you make up your minds, I think this reality of peace, prosperity, planet and people will not only happen for India, it will happen for the whole world. Thank you again so much for this wonderful opportunity to recharge myself, to learn from all of you. I'm enjoying the discussions of this evening and I look forward to the rest. Namaste.
DG ರೊಟೇರಿಯನ್ ವಿಕ್ರಮ್ ದತ್ತರ್ ಅವರು ಮತ್ತು DG ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ನಾಗಾರ್ಜುನ ಅವರು ವೇದಿಕೆಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಹೊಸ ಆಯಾಮಗಳನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದು ಬಹಳ ವಿಶೇಷವಾದ ಒಂದು ಕೀನೋಟ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಬಯಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಬಾಲಸುಬ್ರಹ್ಮಣ್ಯ ಅವರನ್ನವರು ನಾವು ಕೇಳಿ ಆಲಿಸಿ ಧನ್ಯರಾಗಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಬಯಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ.
Now it's time to the felicitation of silent warriors. Rotarian Dr. Ravindranath.
ಬಾಲಸುಬ್ರಹ್ಮಣ್ಯ ಅವರು ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೊಡಿಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ.
ನಾನು ಸೇರಿದ್ದು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ ಸೇರಿದೆ. ಭಾಳ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮೈ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿನೆಸ್ ಆರ್ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಇಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಸೋಷಿಯೋ ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ಲಿ ವೀಕರ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಮಾಡೋ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ನಾನು ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ಗಿಂತ ನಾನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಂತಾನೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನ್ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನಬಲ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಸೋ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ಫುಲ್. ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಒಬ್ಬೊಬ್ಬ ಏರಿಯಾ ಒಂದು ಸೋಷಿಯೋ ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ಲಿ ವೀಕರ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಅವರು ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್ಸ್ಗೂ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಮೆಂಟು ಎಂಪವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಇಸ್ ಡೆವಲಪಿಂಗ್ ಅವ್ರ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ. ಎರಡನೇದು ಅದು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಅವ್ರು ಓದಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಹೆಲ್ತ್, ಸೊ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಇದೆ, ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಇದೆ, ಆರ್ಡಿನರಿ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಇದೆ. ಎರಡನೇದು ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ ಇದೆ. ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ವೆರಿ ಸಬ್ಸಿಡೈಸ್ಡು, ವೆರಿ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್. ಇವಾಗ ನೀವು ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಫ್ರೀ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಆದರೆ ವೆರಿ ನಾಮಿನಲ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಅಂತೀವಿ, ಅದು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ದ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಹೋಲ್ ನನ್ನ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಒಂದು ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್, ಒಂದು ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಇಲ್ಲ ಅವರು ಅಪೆಂಡಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ಬೋದು, ಇಲ್ಲ ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ನೋವು ಅಂತ ಬರ್ಬೋದು, ಇಲ್ಲ ಗಾಲ್ಬ್ಲಾಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಆ ಥರ ಬಂದಾಗ ಒಂದು ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ 20-30 ಸರ್ಜರಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ತಿಂಗಳಿಗೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎಂಡೋಸ್ಕೋಪಿ ಅಂತಾರೆ, ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಒಂದು 10-15 ಎಂಡೋಸ್ಕೋಪಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ನಾಮಿನಲ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ. ಇವಾಗ ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಹರ್ನಿ ಅಂತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಅಂಥವು ಬರ್ತವೆ. ಅವರು ಜನರಲಿ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ಓನ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೆಡಿಸಿನ್. ಅದನ್ನು ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿ ಅವರ ಯಜಮಾನರು ಅಂತಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರ ಹೆಡ್ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡು.
ರೊಟೇರಿಯನ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ರವೀಂದ್ರನಾಥ್ ಕೆ ತಾವು ತಮ್ಮ ವೈದ್ಯಕೀಯ ಜೀವನದ ಹಲವಾರು ವರ್ಷಗಳನ್ನು ಅಮೆರಿಕ, ಇಂಗ್ಲೆಂಡ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕಳೆದಿರುತ್ತೀರಿ. ಈ ಐಷಾರಾಮಿ ಜೀವನವನ್ನು ಬದಿಗೊತ್ತಿ ಸಮಾಜ ಸೇವಾ ಚಿಂತನೆಗಳೊಂದಿಗೆ ಸ್ವಂತ ಊರಾದ ಮೈಸೂರಿಗೆ ಬಂದು ತಾವು ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದ ಯೂತ್ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ನೊಂದಿಗೆ ಗುರುತಿಸಿಕೊಂಡಿರಿ. ಸರಿಸುಮಾರು 6 ವರ್ಷಗಳಿಂದ ತಾವು ಮೈಸೂರು ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯ ಸರಗೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಆದಿವಾಸಿಗಳು ಹಾಗೂ ಗುಡ್ಡಗಾಡು ಜನಾಂಗದವರನ್ನು ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಹಿನಿಗೆ ತರುವಲ್ಲಿ ಪಡುತ್ತಿರುವ ಶ್ರಮ ಪ್ರಶಂಸನೀಯ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಈ ವಯಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದ ಯೂತ್ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ನೊಂದಿಗೆ ಕೈ ಜೋಡಿಸಿ ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕವಾಗಿ ಹಿಂದುಳಿದ ವರ್ಗದವರಿಗೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾಭ್ಯಾಸ, ವೈದ್ಯಕೀಯ ನೆರವು ನೀಡುವುದರೊಂದಿಗೆ ಅವರನ್ನು ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಹಿನಿಗೆ ತರುವಲ್ಲಿ ಪಡುವ ಶ್ರಮ ಶ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಮನಗಂಡು ರೋಟರಿ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ, ರೋಟರಿ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆ 3181ರ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾ ಸಮಾವೇಶ 2025ರಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸೈಲೆಂಟ್ ವಾರಿಯರ್ ಎಂಬ ಬಿರುದನ್ನು ಗೌರವಪೂರ್ವಕವಾಗಿ ಸನ್ಮಾನಿಸುತ್ತಿದೆ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಸಭಾವಾಸ. ನಮ್ಮ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ರಮೇಶಾನಂದ ಸೋಮಯಾಜಿಯವರು ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ಇದ್ದು ಚೀಫ್ ಪೇಟ್ರನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಹರಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಿ ಹಸ್ ಬ್ಲೆಸ್ಡ್ ಅಸ್ ಬೈ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ದ ಚೀಫ್ ಪೇಟ್ರನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕಾನ್ಫರೆನ್ಸ್. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ರಮೇಶಾನಂದ ಸೋಮಯಾಜಿಯವರು, ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಶಶಿಕಲಾ ಸೋಮಯಾಜಿಯವರು ಹಾಗೂ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ರಮೇಶಾನಂದ ಸೋಮಯಾಜಿಯವರು ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ವೇದಿಕೆಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. Rotarian Dr. Shashikala Somayaji and Rotarian Dr. Rameshananda Somayaji have kindly come to the dais, and please accept a small tribute from us for the large-heartedness that you have shown to us. ನಮ್ಮ ಸಮಾವೇಶದ ಪ್ಲಾಟಿನಂ ಪೇಟ್ರನ್ ಆಗಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾನ್ಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಚೇರ್ಮನ್ನೇ ಆಗಿರುವ ರೊಟೇರಿಯನ್ ಕೆ ರವೀಂದ್ರ ಶೆಟ್ಟಿ ಉಳಿದೊಟ್ಟು ಹಾಗೂ ರೊಟೇರಿಯನ್ ಸೌಮ್ಯ ಆರ್ ಶೆಟ್ಟಿಯವರು ವೇದಿಕೆಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ಲಾಟಿನಂ ಪೇಟ್ರನ್ಸ್ ರೊಟೇರಿಯನ್ ಸೌಮ್ಯ ಆರ್ ಶೆಟ್ಟಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ರೊಟೇರಿಯನ್ ರವೀಂದ್ರ ಶೆಟ್ಟಿ ಉಳಿದೊಟ್ಟು ಇವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆ ಬರಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Rotarian K. Ravindra Shetty and Rotarian Soumya R. Shetty, Platinum Patrons. ಇನ್ನೋರ್ವ ಪ್ಲಾಟಿನಂ ಪೇಟ್ರನ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂತಹ ರೊಟೇರಿಯನ್ ರೀತೇಶ್ ಬಾಳಿಗ ಹಾಗೂ ರೊಟೇರಿಯನ್ ಶಿವಾನಿ ಬಾಳಿಗ ಇವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆ ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ವಿನಂತಿ. ರೊಟೇರಿಯನ್ ರೀತೇಶ್ ಬಾಳಿಗ ಅವರು ಕಾನ್ಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಸೆಕ್ರೆಟರಿ ಅಡ್ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ರೊಟೇರಿಯನ್ ಶಿವಾನಿ ಬಾಳಿಗ ಅವರು ಪ್ಲಾಟಿನಂ ಪೇಟ್ರನ್ ಆಗಿ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಹರಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಇನ್ನೋರ್ವ ಪ್ಲಾಟಿನಂ ಪೇಟ್ರನ್ ಆದಂತಹ ರೊಟೇರಿಯನ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಶಿವಪ್ರಸಾದ್ ಹಾಗೂ ರೊಟೇರಿಯನ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಜ್ಯೋತ್ಸ್ನಾ ಅವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆ ಬರಬೇಕು, ವೇದಿಕೆಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ರೊಟೇರಿಯನ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಶಿವಪ್ರಸಾದ್ ಹಾಗೂ ರೊಟೇರಿಯನ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಜ್ಯೋತ್ಸ್ನಾ ಶಿವಪ್ರಸಾದ್. ಜ್ಯೋತ್ಸ್ನಾ ಅವರು ಬರೋದು ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಶಿವಪ್ರಸಾದ್ ಮುಂದೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಪೇಟ್ರನ್ ಆದಂತಹ ರೊಟೇರಿಯನ್ ಪಿ ಕೆ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣನ್ ಅವರು ವೇದಿಕೆಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಮುಂದಿನ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಗವರ್ನರ್ ಆದ ರೊಟೇರಿಯನ್ ಪಿ ಕೆ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ.
We invite PDG Guru. Our next
ರೊಟೇರಿಯನ್ PDG ಗುರು ಅವರು ಕೂಡ ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಪೇಟ್ರನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರ ಅನುಪಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರನ್ನು ನಾವು ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ನೆನಪಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ.
Next gold patron, IPDG HR Keshu. We invite IPDG HR Keshu to the stage to receive the token of gratitude.
ಹಾಗೂ ಕೊನೆಯದಾಗಿ ರೋಟರಿ ಕ್ಲಬ್ ಪೆರಿಯಪಟ್ಟಣ ಮಿಡ್ ಟೌನಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಪೇಟ್ರನ್ ರೊಟೇರಿಯನ್ ಸತ್ಯನಾರಾಯಣ ಅವರು ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ.
We invite Ilyas, Rotarian Ilyas Scientist, gold patron to the dais.
ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಬಹಳ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ಫುಲ್ ಆದ ಸುದ್ದಿ ಕೂಡ ಇದೆ. ಸನ್ಮಾನ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಗೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ರೋಟರಿ ಕ್ಲಬ್ ಪುತ್ತೂರು ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಇವರಿಂದ ಒಂದು ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ವೆಹಿಕಲ್ ಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಕರ್ ಅಂತ ಬಿಡುಗಡೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇದು ಬಹಳ ವಿಶೇಷವಾದ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಧ್ಯಾ ಸುರಕ್ಷಾ ಅಂತ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಯಾವುದಿದೆ ಅದರ ಅಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ರೋಡ್ ಸೇಫ್ಟಿ ಅಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ವಿಶೇಷವಾದ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಯೋಜಕತ್ವವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ರೋಟರಿ ಕ್ಲಬ್ ಪುತ್ತೂರು ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಇವತ್ತು ಆ ಒಂದು ವೆಹಿಕಲ್ ಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಕರನ್ನು ಲಾಂಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದು ಏನಂದರೆ ದೇ ಆಸ್ ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಎನೇಬಲ್ ದ ಡ್ರೈವರ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಕೇರ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ವೆಹಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಡ್ರಿವನ್ ಬೈ ಸೀನಿಯರ್ ಸಿಟಿಸನ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈಡ್ ಬೈ ದ ಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಕರ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಕಾರ್ ಆರ್ ದ ವೆಹಿಕಲ್. ಸೀನಿಯರ್ ಸಿಟಿಸನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಇದೊಂದು ಬಹಳ ವಿಶೇಷವಾದ ಕೊಡುಗೆ. RC ರೋಟರಿ ಕ್ಲಬ್ ಪುತ್ತೂರು ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಇವರಿಂದ ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ವೆಹಿಕಲ್ ಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಕರ್ ಬಿಡುಗಡೆ. ರೋಟರಿ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ 3181 ಜಿಲ್ಲಾ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಸಂಧ್ಯಾ ಸುರಕ್ಷಾ ಅದರ ಅಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ರೋಡ್ ಸೇಫ್ಟಿಯ ಅಂಗವಾಗಿ ಇದೊಂದು ವಿಶೇಷ ಅಭಿಯಾನವನ್ನು ರೋಟರಿ ಕ್ಲಬ್ ಪುತ್ತೂರು ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ನಡೆಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ತುಂಬು ಹೃದಯದ ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆಯನ್ನು ನೀಡೋಣ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. President Rotarian Soumya Shetty to adjourn the meeting.
Meeting adjourned for cultural and fellowship. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being with us. This is Dr. Ravi Shankar Rao, Rotarian Dr. Ravi Shankar Rao,
And Rotarian Shivani Palika.
signing off.
Thank you for the opportunity.
This vibrant and enchanting cultural evening, a key highlight of our conference, Nava-Vaibhava. Nava-Vaibhava, which beautifully translates to new splendor, is more than just a theme. It reflects the very essence of Rotary, renewal, inclusivity and unity. This evening is dedicated to celebrating the spirit that binds us all in our shared mission to create the magic in the world. To formally inaugurate this cultural program, I request our esteemed chief guest,
to beat the drum and officially declare the program open.
ವಂದನೆಗಳು. ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಆರಂಭಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಫೂರ್ತಿಯ ಸಿಂಚನ ಡ್ರಮ್ ಬಾರಿಸಿ ಪ್ರೋತ್ಸಾಹ ನೀಡುವುದಾಗಿದೆ.
With that, I, Kudrodi Ganesh, and my Westmaya Magic Group signing off, wishing you all the best. Thank you, Rotary.
ವಿಸ್ಮಯದ ಜಾದು ಲೋಕಕ್ಕೆ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ವಂದನೆಗಳು. ಕಾನ್ಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಸೆಕ್ರೆಟರಿ GK ಶಾಲು ಹೊದಿಸಿ ಅಭಿನಂದಿಸುವಂತಹ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ. ನಾಳಿನ ಮ್ಯಾಜಿಕ್ ಆಫ್ ರೋಟರಿ ನಾಳೆಗೆ ಶುಭವನ್ನು ಹಾರೈಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ ಕುದುರೋಳಿ ಗಣೇಶ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ.
ವರ್ಪಿಸುವ ನೃತ್ಯ ರೂಪಕ ನಾರಸಿಂಹ. ಇದು ಒಳಿತಿನ ವಿಜಯದ ಕಥನ. ವಿನ್ಯಾಸ, ಸಂಗೀತ ಮತ್ತು ನಿರ್ದೇಶನ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಶ್ರೀಪಾದ್ ಭಟ್. ರಚನೆ ಸುಧಾ ಆಡುಗಳ. ನೃತ್ಯ ಸಾಂಗತ್ಯ ವಿದುಷಿ ಮಾನಸಿ ಸುಧೀರ್ ಮತ್ತು ವಿದುಷಿ ಅನಗಶ್ರೀ. ಸಂಚಾಲಕರು ವಿದ್ವಾನ್ ಸುಧೀರ್ ರಾವ್ ಕೊಡಗೂರು. ರಂಗಸಜ್ಜಿಕೆ ಮತ್ತು ವಸ್ತ್ರವಿನ್ಯಾಸ ರಾಜು ಮಣಿಪಾಲ್, ಪ್ರಶಾಂತ್ ಉದ್ಯಾವರ, ಗೋಪಿನಾಥ್ ಆಚಾರ್ಯ. ಧ್ವನಿ ಮುದ್ರಣ ಕೆ ಮುರಳೀಧರ್ ಉಡುಪಿ, ಮಾಧವ ಸ್ಮರಣಂ ಡಿಜಿಟಲ್ ಆಡಿಯೋ ಸ್ಟುಡಿಯೋ. ಪ್ರಯೋಗದಲ್ಲಿ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಯ ಬರದಂತೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಫೋನ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೋಡ್ನಲ್ಲಿರಿಸಬೇಕಾಗಿ ವಿನಂತಿ. ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಚಿತ್ರೀಕರಣವನ್ನು ಕಡ್ಡಾಯವಾಗಿ ನಿಷೇಧಿಸಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಈಗ ನಾರಸಿಂಹ.
ಒಳಗೆ ಕಿಣುಕಿದರು